Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our e-Gurukula sessions. And today is a Saturday. We have a very, very special day of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So the knowledge cannot be complete until one understands the three things, M, S, and C. Anyone knows what are those MSC? MSC,
Can I speak?
not Master of Science. Until one becomes MSc, one is not educated. No. This MSc is what? Yeah, yes. What is MSc?
Bro, master, spirit, and controller of both, Prabhu.
What is first one, M?
Master,
No.
matter, matter, spirit, and then controller of both.
Who is that controller of both? Scientist or who?
Lord Prabhu. Lord
Yeah.
Krishna.
That also we have to speak. Yeah. So matter, spirit, and controller of both. There is Lord Krishna. So nowadays the people are understanding the matter. That's what a lot of engineering, technology, so much the industrial development is happening for manipulating the matter, changing this form to that, making these gadgets, that devices and things, right? And now people are understanding also there is a need of knowing about life. So they're coming to the point of understanding antimatter personality. That matter, antimatter. Right? Prabhupada writes in the book Easy Journey to Other Planets this great understanding. And the knowledge doesn't stop there. Even though one understands the soul, that one person was asking Swamiji, why to bother about the soul? Right? Anyway, we are going to die. Either chemical life comes from chemicals or life comes from soul. Either of the case, body is going to get finished. You devotees of the Lord, those who worship Lord, they also die, and we also die. So what's the point? But the knowledge of soul helps us to prepare for our better future. Whereas chemical, those people think that life is happening because of chemicals and all. That makes them think that this life is all in all. Just do it, whatever. And then they become blind about the future. And then they suffer the consequences because of not leading the life responsibly. And that's what this all knowledge is given by Lord Krishna through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada made so profound, like many acharyas gave commentaries, all the great teachers in the Sampradaya in a disciplic succession. But Srila Prabhupada boiled it down to such a practical level that people should not think that, oh, this is outdated. Oh, this is bored. What is that? No. Same teachings coming in a pure disciplic way and given for the benefit of entire humanity. And what is a proof? Srila Prabhupada used to sit in the morning to early hours, midnight hours, used to get up and translate the books and give the purports. So he had one book of Srimad Bhagavatam in which the shloka and all the acharyas' commentaries, all the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, I mean, the Sridhar Swami and all the Jeev Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, all the acharyas, what they have spoken on that shloka. Then the next shloka, and then again all the acharyas' commentaries. So Srila Prabhupada used to go through all those and bring out the best what is needed for all of us. Right? So Srila Prabhupada has given us such amazing things. It's like a cakewalk. We need not to go on experimenting or kind of putting efforts. Just read regularly Srila Prabhupada's books, understand the teachings and the message, and live with those things. The world will be a better place and we'll also reach to the better destination. So let us begin our reading of Srila Prabhupada's books. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanutam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavad Paschatadishtarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. You're able to hear properly? Sound is coming? Hare Krishna?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. And I hope you are able to see also with the big screen.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. So we are reading from the book. Yeah. What is the book name? Many book reading forums are going on. So with our forum is happening, the second book. On the Way to Krishna is over. Now Krishna Consciousness, the Matchless Gift. Where is that book?
Yeah, Prabhu. It is down, Prabhu.
Down, yeah. Krishna Consciousness, the Matchless Gift. Yeah, yes. So learning to love, right? I think, yeah, this was we were reading last time. Yeah, correct. And especially how about atonement. Yeah, rules of Manu Samhita are very subtle. Nobody can escape. God's laws are, no one can say. Yeah, this is, I don't know.
Yeah, we discussed that means like for killing one human means they'll put them in the jail, but for killing any animal, they'll not do anything, Prabhu. Similarly, actually, recently there means like transplanted one pig heart into one human, Prabhu.
Sorry,
but
like.
Not
Yeah.
Prabhu, they have recently transplanted one pig heart into a human, but they are not caring about the pig's life. They are only caring about the human's life, Prabhu.
Acha, what they did recently? They transferred pigs?
Yeah, Prabhu, they have transferred pig's heart into a human.
Oh, pig's heart into a human, huh?
Yeah, Prabhu, it is there in the news also, Prabhu.
Pig. The, what do you call the hog, huh?
Yeah, Prabhu.
But why? What is the reason they did? I mean, is it like a very fitting for a human?
Yeah, Prabhu, that person, he was having some means like heart problem. So due to, but that human heart was not available. So means they had transplanted one pig heart into that person.
So it got successful, huh?
Yeah, Prabhu. but means they are caring about the human's life, but they are means killing the pig for that.
Yeah, correct. Obviously, in the scriptures, there are some cases like that to survey about the superior living beings. But the point is, yes, we have to understand properly. Heart is changed, but whether really the heart is transformed or it is just organ is changed. Right? So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam even compares humans to the, what is that word? Shvavid Vara Hostra Khare, Samstita Purusha Pashu. So Rishabdev speaks. If the human is not behaving a godly way, right, then he is as much as like a hog eating, the stool eating hog. There is no difference then. Now, of course, if the man is survived, I mean, that's okay, but that's good because human life is important. But of course, he should take it with a great responsibility. Then it is surely be a proper survival. So that pig also will get a credit because he gave his life for the sake of a human who is elevating himself to the better destination. But if that is not happening, then even normally also humans are becoming quite troublesome to live because we have forgotten the God in the society. Okay, if you have that article, just share with us. Okay, news where you read. If it is photo or online, you can put in the chat or maybe mail me. You have my mail ID, right?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, you can mail. So let's read now further. What happens? The Lord says, yeah. Similarly, living entities are part and parcels of the Supreme Father are impregnated by the Lord in the material nature. Yeah. The dimensions or the dimensions, both the dimension, Prabhupada says the dimension. Yeah, dimension of the spirit soul is very minute and is given in the scriptures as Kesha Agra. Kesha Agra. Agra means the Agre Dhavati. Agre means the front part. The top, yeah, the top part. Yeah. First. Agra. I mean, it is on the top part of it.
There'll be sometimes Agra Puja, means like first
yeah,
puja.
Agra Puja, yeah, correct. Agra Puja, yeah. Mana Puja, it is given for the first personality. Yeah. Where you find this? Okay, good, you are sharing. Where you find this Agra Puja?
Yudhishthir Maharaj Rajaswami Yajna Prabhu.
Very good. Who was for whom that man was given of Agra Puja?
Yeah, Prabhu, Lord Krishna.
Yes, correct. So that's Agra. And Kesha means the hairs. So that's what is being spoken. So 1/10,000 of the portion of the tip of the hair. Keshagra shatabhagasya shatada kalpitasya cha. Like, so you divide one top of the tip of a hair into 100 parts, and that one of the 100th part, again you divide into another 100 part. So 100 into 100, right? That's why it is written 1/10,000, right? 10,000 and then 1/10,000 into the top of the tip of the hair. So we can hardly imagine a very small point divided into thousands of parts. In other words, it is so minute that it cannot be perceived even by the most powerful microscope. Thus, the dimension of the spiritual spark is so minute that it is invisible to mundane vision. All of this information is given in the scriptures, but because we do not have proper vision, we cannot see. So we have to learn to see from the vision of the scriptures. Put the scriptures in the head and then see the world with that Shastra Chakshu. Then we'll understand. Although our material eyes cannot perceive the dimension of the soul is nonetheless within the body. And as soon as it departs, it takes another body according to its works. So can you imagine what a small, minute creation of the Lord, but moving this such heavy body. Even one man is so lofty, so big and all, for him also the soul size is same only. Right? Or even you take a small, tiny ant. So of course, yeah, correct. Yeah, the soul size remains the same. Super soul, it is mentioned that this is the size of the thumb, but the soul size is so minute. Correct. So that's what, just imagine what is that power of that Lord's creation. One small spirit spark, which moving and carrying the whole body. It's like what our teacher was giving example. You take a big gigantic airplane. It is standing on the ground only there in the airport, on the launching pad there, that is just standing there. But something happens and then plane starts taking off. Somebody enters inside that small front part cabin, and then that small tiny living entity in compared to the huge entire airplane, and immediately he moves and then they start moving. Right? Or you saw one JCB machines, the huge construction, the bulldozers and all. What a huge size, that cranes and then the digger and everything. So one small living entity enters into that cabin, which is closed with the glasses, and he sits and then takes the control, and all the things starts moving. Starts digging and moving everything. So same way, you zoom it out, the small living entity enters into this body, and this whole body starts moving out. We start speaking, seeing, and immediately as soon as the soul leaves the body, then dead. That's called as a dead body. So such clear understanding is given here. one should always consider that behind all these activities is a superior superintendence. So what is meaning by superintendence? Superintendence. He's a superintendent. They say, no? Yeah. Superintendent means he's like a leader or in charge. So superior leader is there. The living entity works in the material world just as the office worker works at his job. And a service record is kept of his performance. Right, nice example is given here.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah. So living entity works in the material world just as office workers with the keeping all his record, so that accordingly the salary, the pension is given to him. Same way, the living entity does not know what the opinion of his superior is, but his service record is kept in the office nonetheless. And according to his activities, he is awarded promotion or increment of pay, or sometimes he may be demoted or even fired. Similarly, for all our activities, there are witnesses. What is that word in the Sanskrit for witnesses? There are different types of witnesses. What is that word? Who are observing our activities. What we say in a Sanskrit? Sakshi. You heard about word Sakshi?
Yeah, Prabhu. We'll go to Puri at that time. We get that Sakshi Gopal also, Prabhu.
Yeah, correct. Sakshi Gopal, correct. One who was witness of that episode. Yeah.
Witness. Came to witness that young Brahmana, Prabhu.
Yes, correct. So that's all. Our activities are also been observed, been witnessed. Somebody can say, "Oh, I am alone in the room, so let me now play the games or do anything else." But super soul in the heart is constantly witnessing us. Yeah. Yes. What you're saying.
There are actually means in the scriptures it is said that there are 12 Sakshis, Prabhu.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam Ajamil section. Yamraj says, or Yamduta says, I think. Yeah, Yamdutas while having a conversation with Vishnudutas. So there they say. So there is being said. So therefore, yeah, where is the line that? Therefore, it is said in the scriptures that the living entities are under a superior supervision, and that they're rewarded and punished according to their work. Right? That's what we find, the different varieties of the life in the world here. And with the same type of life, different varieties of conditioning of the body. Like human is a one type of life. Animals, birds, aquatics, they're different life forms. But in human also, somebody is born fair, somebody is born black, somebody is born with a handicap, somebody is born with a very physically stout and strong, right? Or somebody born in a rich family, somebody is born in a poor family, somebody is born with no parents, somebody is born with a great dynasties and all different. We find who decides who will go where. This is a result of his work in the previous life. How he worked, all his record is done under the superintendent of that superior superintendent. And there all the Sakshis are reported. He worked very nicely. He has done a very good work. So give him a promotion, give him a reward. And that's what the better birth is being given. But somebody escaped the work, somebody was lazy, he was sleeping, or he did not do like that, the company will fire him out. Same way, if we are not utilizing our human body in a responsible way, attaining the goal and the purpose for what it is given, then the human body also is taken away. So that's what is so brilliantly, the analogy of the office work is given by Srila Prabhupada. Now we have human bodies, but in the next life, yeah, that's what we say. We may not have them. We may have something else better or lower. The type of body is decided by the living entity's superiors. Generally, the living entity does not know the science of how the spirit soul transmigrates from one body to another. The spirit soul transmigrates even in the duration of one life as the body changes. When the body is first manifest in the womb of the mother, it is very small, just like a pea. And it gradually develops into 9 holes, right? The 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, 1 genital, and 1 rectum, the lower parts. In this way, the body develops. And as long as it needs to be developed within the mother's womb, it remains there. When it is sufficiently developed to go outside, it comes out and grows. So this growth we're able to see, right? Externally, we're able to observe because it is gross bodily growth. Growth entails changing of the body. This change cannot be understood because it is imperceivable to the living entity. So this growth is happening in the same life, right? So this is called as a one type of reincarnation, internal. An external reincarnation when the body itself changes. This human body is taken away and then the next body is coming. In childhood, we had a small bodies, which now no longer exist. So where is our childhood body? See the photos of our childhood, gone. It's no more. Therefore, it can be said that we have changed our bodies. Similarly, because of the nature of material things, we have to change this body when it ceases to work. So the cease to work means the old age, kind of that is a signal. Now, dear sir, your time is coming up. Body is going to change. So please look forward. Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, actually means it is said that means every second means many items in the body change, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes. Actually, our teacher was giving a very good example. I think Srila Prabhupada also speaks that from there, our Prabhuji was speaking, right? Like in a movie we see in the cinema theater or TV we watch. Actually, what it is, it's not like something kind of, actually they're just the frames, but they're changing 20 seconds, 1/20th seconds. So that is a time where we don't find the difference between the two different, like let's say now we are seeing one frame and then the another frame is passing because there is a time lag, but those frames they pass, if I'm not wrong, there's a 1/20th second. So they change so rapidly, so many they change. So it looks like a continuous motion. You have seen in the cricket match, they show the bowler, how he bowled slowly his motions, right? But then when he actually goes fast, right, they do very super fast and all, then we're not able to see also where it, how he's going. So now minutely, such fine way it is changing. Now we're not able to realize the change. Oh, am I the same? But the people can observe us over the time. So that's what it's so fine way the change is happening. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Now here the change is happening when the body will, called as a technically as a death, body terminates, gets into in another body. That is also the change. What's different then? Every material thing deteriorates, and like a broken machine or an old piece of the cloth, the body becomes useless after a certain length of time. So one more paragraph we'll read. Although this process of growth is always taking place, the educational system in modern universities, though considered advanced, right? Modern education, advanced engineering, advanced mathematics, one subject is there. Unfortunately, does not deal with this. See, rapid changes happening in the society, technology looks forward. Oh, this change, climate change, or this change and all. But the body is changing constantly, dear sir. What about that? Prabhupada is telling, unfortunately, nobody deals with this. Actually, there is no education without spiritual knowledge. Isn't it? We started our discussion with the same line. All glories to Prabhupada. Prabhupada is also hitting the same point. One can learn to earn bread, eat, sleep, and mate without a formal education. And what is the proof? Next line. Animals are not educated. They are not technician and they have no university degrees, but they are also eating, right? They're not trained that how to eat, how to do and all. They're also sleeping, they're also mating, and they're also defending. If the educational system simply teaches these processes, it does not deserve the name of education. Now you see, very, very important. Real education enables us to understand what we are. Discover yourself. Right? So very, very powerful line. These are actually already aphorisms are there. Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. Tattva Jidnyasa. Try to understand about our true self. As long as man does not develop his consciousness by understanding the truth of the self, all of his actions will be performed in the mode of ignorance. A human life is meant for victory over the laws of nature. Victory over death. Our teacher had written one book, very nice. Actually, we are all trying to attain that victory in order to counteract the onslaught of material nature. right? That's what is being said. Like now, let's say a lot of cold is increasing. We are here in a holy place of Govardhan mountain. So cold it is. Practically no sun from last 2-3 days. Simply fog and then a lot of cold and things. So we try to defend. Okay, let us put the all the house closed with the proper covers and all. Put the room heaters. Right? We try to protect. Or it becomes summer, another extreme. Then again, try to put fans, coolers, cooling waters and things. So this counteraction is always going on. The ultimate victory, Prabhupada is writing, is to conquer birth, death, disease, and old age. But we have neglected this important point. So very, very amazing the way it's been beginning. Prabhupada is driving deep into the basics for us. Don't forget the real purpose of education. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just quickly to summarize so that we don't forget the very nice, brilliant points Prabhupada has brought out. We saw in the beginning about what is the first point we read? Keshagra Shatabhagasya. Prabhupada explained how the tiny soul is moving this entire body, and then how powerful it is. Right, and then we saw about and how the body is moving. The body changes the body. The body is being work as in an office. The worker is being observed by the superintendent. That superior superintendent, with the help of many sakshis, is witnessing our activities also. And based on that, he is going to give us promotion or degradation. Yeah. Yes. Any other point you remember? And then at the end, we read about very important, Prabhupada is speaking again. Modern education doesn't deal about this. What is that?
It's like not real education, because it does not deal about spirit soul, because means whatever topics it deals about means even without knowing that also you can means like survive. But then if you don't know about that spirit, then you are spiritually dead.
Yeah. And what is the proof? Even without knowing modern education, still we can survive.
Yeah, elephants there means literally.
Here. What is written here? Yeah, correct. Elephant, you are speaking additional. Huh?
Animals, Prabhu.
Animals. Yeah. What is that point? Animals?
Yeah, animals, they don't study engineering, they don't do MBBS, they don't do PhD in technology, they don't do means MSc, they don't do all these things, but still they survive.
Yeah, so we need not to educate animals about how to eat, how to sleep, how to mate, how to defend, but still they're able to going on. So if modern education, if it is not dealing about the spiritual part, when we got this human body and try to able to understand those things, then we're just becoming a better animals of learning this to do these 4 activities only. That's what Prabhupada is writing that, right? Without that, modern education is of no good. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada for giving us this eye-opening knowledge. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining and giving your kind association. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhisya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.